So I'm sure you guys have seen this video floating around on YouTube where this lady says that Uber is a scam, and she says that math explains. Now, she has a cute accent, an Australian accent. I won't fault her for that great accent, but she truly has the numbers wrong and is misinforming the public, right? Misinforming people who want to join up with Uber. My guess is it's a video that was created by the taxi industry to divert possible rideshare drivers. So let's break this down for a moment.
The rates that drivers make in LA, 90 cents per mile.
So one thing this lady does, right, she only discusses UberX and thinks that that video is like a cut and paste example for every Uber driver. She does not share with you what XL drivers make, what Uber Black drivers make, what Uber SUV drivers make, what Uber Select drivers make, what Uber Lux drivers make. She just chooses the lowest category, right? And I find it extremely misleading. Not only is her entire video misleading, but her numbers are misleading. So she talks about a base fare in Los Angeles. She uses LA as an example where I work. Being $0, and she says they earn 90 cents per mile, 15 cents per minute, and a minimum fare of $4.65. But let me correct this lady, right? If you look at this model over here, the base fare is $1.15. There is a booking fee of $3. There's a minimum fare of $6, not $4.65 with X, right? This is the X breakdown, and then we'll go into the other breakdowns, which are far higher. And the per mile is $1.06 and not 90 cents, as she says, right? So the numbers, my friends, get a whole lot different if you are in a different category. Let's look at the next one.
Now, Uber has cut pay to drivers in Detroit all the way down to 24 cents a mile, but we're going to stick to the 90 cents LA example for now.
She throws in that, Detroit is on 24 cents a mile. Lady, I do not know where you get your information from, but you are misleading the public. So let's work with her, what she calls LA 90 cents per mile. If you are looking at XL, right, and the car, my friends, that you can buy there is about the same price or a little higher if you want to go into the XL category, and I highly advise that you get a car and start off with XL and X. You can drive both platforms with that car, but they have a base fare of $3, a booking fare of $3.05, minimum fare of $9.05 per minute, 25 cents, and per mile $1.81, right? So if she's talking 90 cents a mile here, with an XXL combination, you're already on $1.81 a mile in Los Angeles. So she's 50% off target right there. Let's look at another scenario, my friends. Let's look at in Los Angeles, let's look at the black SUV category, right, that I'm in, right? There, we are talking a base fare of $15, a minimum fare of $25, a per minute fee of 55 cents, and a per mile fee of $4.31, right? So again, she's $3.40 off target with this misleading video saying that LA comes in at 90 cents a mile, right? Because she's only boxing everyone in on UberX, right? She's not talking about the numbers that I've showed you with XXL. She's not talking about the numbers I show you with black SUV, right? And in the luxury category, it even gets higher, but I'm not even going to bring that in here. We're talking real numbers in Los Angeles. So for this lady to get 5.9 million views, and again, I hope I get those 5.9 million views because I want to set the record straight here, right? And folks, here's the one very, very important point that you need to know. If you're watching this video, right, and you're believing in her numbers, right, with UberX 90 cents a mile, let me tell you something, that if you shop correctly, right? If you look at dealership auctions, if you go onto Craigslist and you don't just walk into a dealership and get taken for a ride on a car, right, price wise, but if you really shop around, for example, public auctions, dealership auctions, and let's say you were to buy an XL car, right, for a lower price, for even less than you'd buy an UberX car, you have automatically doubled your money and put yourself into a different category. If you go out and buy a 2015 Suburban at a dealership auction for $21,000 to $22,000 with about 70,000 miles on, will easily get 250,000 miles in the lifetime of that Suburban, right? And instead of buying a brand new X car, an Uber X car, for the same, for $22,000 to $25,000. So suddenly you're earning $4.31 cents, right? Like I've just shown you, versus the let's see, what do we say? The UberX, the real numbers were $1.06 per mile, and not this 90 cents a mile, right? So she's 16 cents off right there. But my point is, if you shop correctly, you would get a car for the price that you'd go out and buy a brand new UberX car. You would get yourself a black SUV or Lux car for the same price by just shopping correctly. So why drive around in that pond of $1.06 per mile, right, when you could be earning $1.80 per mile with an XL, $4.30 per mile with a Suburban, and you've paid the same price as a brand new UberX or less for an XL by shopping correctly, right? I can pick up an XL car at a dealership auction or a public auction for $9,000 to $12,000 used with 70,000 miles on. Why on earth would I go out and buy a brand new Prius for 20,000 something plus, right? And then earn such a different margin in miles, right? So please reach out to me, right? I'll gladly break this video down step by step for you guys, but please reach out to me when it comes to shopping the car and shopping the right category, right? Because you have a budget in mind, you have a certain credit score, and you really want to work smart here, not hard. You don't want to just say, oh, well, okay, it's the busiest category, right? So I'm just going to go and buy a brand new UberX car or use my used car in UberX. No, change it up, right? Like I've just explained to you, you can get completely different cars. Then the other thing is, when and where do I drive? If you truly understand your city, let's use LA as an example, and you know where to drive, location, and when to drive on the clock in the morning or Friday or Saturday night, you're earning way more than this. So this video is so ambiguous, so misleading, so broad. It doesn't take into consideration, the correct rates that I'm setting down here in LA. And then it also doesn't take into consideration the when and where factors. Because if you work smart in LA, these numbers are obsolete. So let's carry on.
Driving for Uber is a waste of time. I wish Uber would be more honest with people. By our calculations, the amount you're making an hour driving as an Uber driver is nowhere near $19 per hour. If you drive 30 miles per hour at 6.75 cents per mile, you're only making $2 per hour.
And the craziest part about this video is that after this lady, I don't know her name, otherwise I'd use her name, but she claims that with UberX, you're making $2 per hour. Hang on, $2 per hour? Nobody would work for $2 per hour. And what she says is, if you basing this 90 cents per mile, right, and earning, let's say, what she thinks is about $19 per hour, and then you start deducting out all the fees, the maintenance, the tires, the oil, the depreciation, she says you come down to $2 an hour. Firstly, let me correct her. She started off with the wrong average price per mile, right? She only spoke about X. She did not mention XL, SUV, and the other categories which are way higher. So the per hour rate is way more than $19, right? And then your maintenance fees, she breaks it down in the video. You got to see her video. But ladies and gentlemen, nobody would work for $2 per hour. And the website that she's pushing, I think it's, she's like punting the name Not Cool Uber. Obviously, she doesn't like Uber. She hates Uber, right? Obviously, she represents another group, maybe the taxi industry. So this video, which got 5.9 million views, right, is, and you know, just tell me that 5.9 million people were so completely misled, right? Look at the numbers that I'm going to show you here after the video, you know, the breakdown per category. And I'm basing it on the same city that she made this video in LA. And I'm using examples, you know, from Thousand Oaks to Santa Monica. And I'm using examples on a very, very busy street, Sunset Boulevard up in Hollywood, going all the way back out, let's say, to Westlake Village, which is a good paying trip, right? Just to show you the averages of the different categories and what you truly, truly make, not what she claims you make, right? So share your numbers, right? And I'm not saying that UberX is the healthiest category to drive in, folks. I've already told you at the beginning of the video, for the same money, I will buy a car, right, and drive in a category that earns far higher, right? A lot of the YouTubers that I see that make videos actually drive in XL, right? They drive minivans. That's probably one of the hottest categories, because if it's slow, you can switch to X. But you're always driving big groups, right? 6 or more people in this minivan, 6 seats plus, right? And you are carting people and luggage, and that means tips, right? And what she is not factoring in to this video, my friends, are the tips. So if you are a 4.96 rated driver like I am, or a 4.9 or a 4.8, which means you're a great driver, right? You're doing everything correctly. Your tips are high, right? And I'm not talking about a 4.6 rated driver. I'm talking about 4.85 or higher, right? Which means your car is clean on the inside, the outside, you're doing everything right. You know the rideshare etiquette. You're doing it by the book, platinum service, right? And your tips are super, super high, right? So that very, very important point, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I think this video is so misleading. It does not even take into considerations what tips you are making per hour. So your feedback is welcome here. Please share with us what you are making or what you think you're making at the end of the day. And if it needs an adjustment, call me, right? If you really want to truly learn how to work smart, not hard, call me, text me, right? Just tell me that you want to get out of that hamster wheel, that you want to get out of that UberX category, and I'll show you solutions how to get there, right? Even if you're in a car rental, you know, the things that you can do within 3 months to get into a completely different category, which earns far higher, at least far higher than the misleading 90 cents per mile that she quotes in LA. And she quotes 24 cents in Detroit per mile. Please, anyone in Detroit, step forward, confirm your numbers with me, right? Put them down there. Let's show this lady that these 5.9 million people that she reached in this video have all been misled. Have a great day. And we're talking facts here, right? Not fake news. Have a good day.